Good morning, everyone. My name is Tanya Stevens from 50 is Not Old, and I want to show you today my favorite makeup for fall. So I'm going to start, and by first thing is I'm going to go ahead. I have not fixed my hair yet this morning, so I'm going to pull it out of my eyes with some clips just to keep that out of the way. I know this is very attractive, but whatever, it just keeps it out of my face. So I'm going to start today, and I'm going to give an all over base color to my eyes, and I'm starting with, let's see if I can get it up. I think it's a product called Peach Smoothie. Peach Smoothie, it is a very pale, peach color, and it is by Makeup Geek. You can order them. This is in a metal case, so it goes on my magnetic little, whatever these things are called, Z case that I have all my products in. So this is just the color of my normal skin tone. So I'm just going to start by giving all over my eyes a base coat, basically. This is my painting brush. So I am painting a base coat just like you would on a wall. Just giving something for the building up the colors to go on and show through is just skin tone, but it's all evened out. Make sure it's all evened out. So I'm going to start with that. And then the products I'm really going to be using today are in the Tartelette palette by Tarte, T-A-R-T-E. And they are all very muted tones, you see. And so today, I like that they give the names on the front. I like that they give the names on the front of the products. That way I can at least see what I'm using and tell you what I'm using. So now that I've kind of got an all over base coat, I'm still going to start. So I'm going to go with the colors. Here is Caregiver. It's a very pale pink. Then we're getting into deeper mauves, and it is Natural Beauty, Best Friend, and then the deep, deep dark is Bombshell. Everybody likes a bombshell. So I'm going to start with this pale pink color. I'm going to load my brush, tap it just to get the color off, and that way it doesn't end up on your skin instead of on your eye. When it's not tapped off first, it will fall down here and create a mess. So I try to tap it off, and I'm just pretty much going over most of the entire eye up higher and giving it a coat. Going back for the next bam, tap, tap, and doing the second eye the same. I really probably should have done one eye at a time and gave you an idea of what the difference is, but I'm not that good. I'm just gonna go all over and tap it in. Now I'm going to start building up the base coats. So this time we're going into the Natural Beauty, which is just a tiny bit darker. And I'm going to take that one, once again, load my brush and tap. I do like that this, when I put it on, you can actually see that there's color going on. So this time I'm going to cover the lid mostly on from the middle to the outer edge. And I'm going to get it pretty good and covered. Once again, up higher, and just kind of staying middle to the outer edge. Can you see the difference? It's sometimes hard to tell because it's pretty subtle. But middle, basically, middle to the outer edge. Sometimes you think, oh, that's not going on. I don't even have any powder. And then you'll look in the mirror and go, holy crap, I got all kinds of powder all over my eyes. Now I got too much. So I'm going to put just a tad underneath my eyes of that same color and in the same spot. Just a tiny bit. Hopefully just a tiny bit. Okay. Now I'm sorry, that was a Sigma E35. You can see the shape of the brush. It's a big fluffy brush, and it is called a tapered blending brush. I'm not using it for blending. I was using it for putting on. This is just a cheapy brush. I don't have a clue even where I got it, It's big, it's fluffy, and so that is what I use to blend when I get ready to blend. We're really having very little colors right now, and they're all light, so they're all kind of blending together, so I'm not using that yet. But I'm gonna start going darker. So this one is called Best Friend. It is this color. I'm tapping the color, flipping off, and now I'm just kind of going on that outer corner. I'm trying to stay like in this area, so I don't want to go below the line that goes from my eye to my eyebrow. So a lot of times if I'm doing that and I'm worried that I'm going to get outside the color, outside that line, I put my finger there like this and go tap, 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 tap. Just in that outer corner like that. So that goes on good. And then what I'm going to do, so you can see the line, I'll blend that. So then what I do is I go up toward that line just a tiny bit and into that crease, pretty deep into that crease. But I'm leaving this lid the same, so I don't want to get on the lid, just into that outer corner. Same over here. So I put my line, do the outer corner, just tap it in, and go up above a little bit. Hope you can see this. Okay, I'm having to look in my mirror because I'm blind, wearing contacts, going into that crease. Now I want to use that same color just a tiny bit, but I'm going to use, oh, that was an, well, I don't know where the number is. Where is the number? Oh, E25 brush. Okay, from Sigma, sorry. This one is, and it's called a blending brush, blending again. This one is a shader, E20. I'm cleaning it off because I had shaded it before with black, and I don't want black on this. So I'm cleaning it off between, and I'm just using that same color right now and doing a tiny bit underneath. Once again, bringing that color down. So I'm going down my eye underneath. Underneath. Make sure they connect. Okay. Now you do see hard lines. You can see that it is not the best looking in the world. So I'm going to clean it up with my blending brush. I'm going to start from the outer edge, bringing it in, cleaning up, and then the same up here. So just making those edges go away and giving it a smoother look. Same over here, bringing it in and cleaning it up a little bit, making it just a little bit smoother looking. I want also to highlight this area in here some more because it's kind of muddy looking. It's all kind of one color. So I can do it one of two ways. I can continue to use the Tartelette powder and go back with that pale pink. But today I think I'm going to go with something that's a little more shimmer. It is once again from Makeup Geek. And this is called Whimsical. And Whimsical is a pale, I'm trying to see if you can see it good. It is a shimmery more pink color. So it will get more highlights. And to get this to go on good, you really need the Makeup Geek brush also. That is for foiled eyeshadows because this is a foiled eyeshadow and it does not go on good with just a normal eyeshadow. So basically I'm going to go in the corners and pull that from the corner to that middle, meeting that middle area, and just a tiny bit in the corner of my eye. So can you see the difference that caused? That brought some bright light to that area. Let me get it to make sure it goes in good. And in the corner, tiny bit. Didn't mean to come down my eye, on my eye. And that kind of lightens that area up a little bit, so it gives me some more dimensions to my eyes. Now I want to do a different little trick. I'm going to darken, instead of using an eyeliner, I'm going to use my brush. This is an E15 flat definer brush from Sigma. And I'm going to wet my brush. So I'm getting it wet in the sink, and I'm going back into that bombshell color, the dark color, and I'm getting it on my brush. And I am just basically going to tap right now, tap along that lash line. So I'm just getting it darker. Go back in for some more color. I am not the most steady hand, but believe me, doing it this way is easier than with an eyeliner pencil or anything. You can tap it in a whole lot easier. So I just did that top line. I'm going to do the bottom line. I only do to around the middle to 3/4 of the way of my eye because I don't have large eyes, so I want to bring my eyes out. I don't want to completely enclose my eye. So once again, I'm going to go over here and do the same thing with this. Go all the way over and get a tiny bit more. All the way over, and then 3/4 of the way. Just a tiny bit, kind of to where the end of your iris is. So like the edge of your iris is where I kind of do that too. Okay, so that's what that looks like. But I'm going to give it a little more oomph. So it needs a little more oomph. And I'm going to, right now, go back to that shader brush I had earlier, the E20. And I'm going to get some more of that dark color. Now remember, we did the dark color in the creases, but I'm getting some more of that dark color. I'm tapping it off because I'm fixing to do my waterline. So the waterline is underneath, right up against your lashes. So I'm going to put it just like that. Once again, about 3/4 over. And it, when I close my eyes, will go down to the bottom lash, so I don't do those. So I'm going to, and I have contacts, so yes, you can do it. Just as I said, make sure that you flip off the remaining powder because otherwise it will end up in your eyes. So now while I've done that, I've taken back my flat liner again, and I'm going into the area that is more dry. It's still a little wet, it may be too harsh. But I'm going to do a V. So I'm going to do the edge. Yeah, it's really harsh. I'm going to do an edge, get a little bit of that off because it's so off. It may be too dark. I don't know, we'll try it. I'm really afraid this is going to be too dark. Let me wipe off a little bit of the powder. And I'm going to do it a V. So basically I'm going to do the edge and up toward the line where it was. So the V, I'll come out and go up to the crease. And then I'm going to go just in that crease with this color. Okay, we'll see how this turns out. Normally my brush is dry. That's not dry. So letting it dry just a little bit on my face. So while it's drying, I'm going to do some highlighting on my brow because you want your eyes to be lifted. You don't want them all closed up. So this is my very favorite highlighter color that I use, and you can see it's almost gone. It is called Shimma Shimma. It's SHIMMA twice. And it is also by Makeup Geek. And I will put these down below. You'll be able to see it. But I take the Shimma Shimma and I just highlight this brow bone underneath my eyebrow. So I'm highlighting it underneath my eyebrow to bring your eye upward. So you want that brow lifted. And so let me get a little bit more on this side. You want people to look up. Once again, I can go into this corner and brighten that corner up. Make sure it didn't get muddy and brighten that corner up. Now, let's cross our fingers and hope this, I'm cleaning this brush off, hope that this will somewhat blend in. So I'm blending in the crease first and bringing in the corner just a tiny bit, just not to have that horrible, you just made a mark kind of look on here. It looks like it's blending pretty good. And do this side then, go into the crease, blend that crease. And then blend in all the harsh lines. Okay, so that is how your look looks. Hope you like it. I'm going to add a little mascara to finish it off. And if you want, oh, I need to blend in. I didn't blend that in. And I forgot that burgundy on my, once again, I just do this and clean it. I do have a product that I use to clean my brushes, and I'll show it to you just in a second because I have to stand up, but I'm just going to blend in that top and make sure there's no harsh line between the mauve colors and that brightening color. I use this stuff right here called Cinema Secrets. Cinema Secrets is a brush cleaner, makeup brush cleaner. It's hard to see that, but that's what it says, makeup brush cleaner. This is great. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on how I do that next, if that's something you guys want to see. Let me put on my mascara, and I am using Huge. Huge by Stila is the name of it, Huge by Stila. Always go round and round and round with your mascara. Never pump it. When you pump, you add air to the mascara, and that makes it dry out faster. You start from the bottom lashes, going back and forth in a zigzag pattern in order to get all the little lashes. I went too far. I got it on my skin. All the little lashes that are in the base of your eyelashes. So I basically go in, make sure they get coated first, and then start lifting outwards and pulling through to the ends. Each one of them kind of zigzagging once again to separate them, pull them apart. I only use one coat of mascara, and I never curl my lashes, but this does a good job. I'm thinking about trying a new product before long, and I'll let you know how that works. And then I do the bottom lashes in the same way, kind of zigzagging to get them coated. Now I've kind of got a little bit on my skin. I'm not taking it off now. Show you in just a second how to take that off. And I hear my husband coming through to come in and see me. Hold on. Sorry about that. My husband had to come in and ask me something. So anyway, finishing the other look. Get this eyelashes done. And I'll show you in just a second how to take off mascara if you get it on your skin. Do not take it off when you do it. If you take it off when you do it, you're gonna smear and have mascara everywhere. So we don't want that. Okay, finished up the lashes. What you can do too is if you have long lashes and you're afraid you're not getting the very tips of them, you can go to the backs of your lashes and do the backs of them. After you do the backs of them, of course, that makes them come down. So after you get the backs, you will pull back up. And that make sure all those little lashes that have been hiding, well, I put too much mascara on now because I went back. But anyway, so that makes sure all those little lashes get coated good. Now to get rid of the mascara that I got on my eye earlier. So you see there's a little part right there and you just pop it off. It flakes right off on your thing. If you let it dry, it will flake right off. You can just get it off. It goes for underneath also. I got a little piece right there in my eye. Don't want that. That's where I put that on my skin earlier is the problem. Okay. There's a little fleck. And so, mascara is gone. Hope you enjoyed my muted plum colors, muted mauve colors for fall. And that is in the Tartelette palette. See you guys later. Bye.